So the only reason I'm going to bring this story to the internet is because this man really thought he was going to play with my business. If it did not have to do with my business, I would not even talk about this, honestly. But I think it's important to share just to show you like another reason not to play with me, another reason not to try to stop me when you know God is on my side. Okay, so rewind to February around Valentine's Day, right? I meet this man. I was at Hakkasan when we met, and I was doing a promo for my club, whatever. Meet this guy, he comes to my job, we hang out, whatever. We do some private rooms, and he goes to tell me, like, what are you interested in? What is your likes? What is your passions? What are your dreams? Blah, blah, blah. I happen to be holding one of my bags that I made, right? That I think I showed you on here. I was like, this is my bag. I make bags. You know, I love this. He was like, I have investor friends, whatnot and whatnot, right? So cautiously, I give this man a little bit more information, whatever. He leaves, he goes back to New York. He's keeping in contact with me the whole time, little by little asking me little bits about my business, and I'm only giving him enough of information to know that eventually if I need to, I can walk away, because it's still a man at the end of the day. I don't care how much he sounds like he wants to help. He's still a man, right? Like, you kind of have to prepare yourself for any angle that these men are going to come at you with. So typically, you know, he's already asking, what's my goals? What's my dreams? What is my desires? Whatever. So obviously, I'm assuming he thinks he's about to like trap me in some way in supposedly helping me, right? So I just give him enough just to see what he does with it. He's like looking up, he's helping me do the trademark, whatever. I'm like, oh, thanks so much. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be back out in Vegas in 2 weeks, blah blah blah. I'm like, awesome, cool, love that. He scrolls by, he's like, actually it's another 2 weeks. I'm like, no worries, another 2 weeks, awesome. That's around last week, right? So he hits me up when he gets to Vegas, and he goes, hey, let me know what day you're free. It's going to be all about you. Whatever time, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no worries. I would love to, blah, 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 as long as you understand it's this price. I would absolutely love to meet up with you, you know? And he takes a little while to respond. And he goes, long message, just BS, right? Let me know when there's no fee. Mind you, this man is not attractive. He's a lot older. I mean, not attractive to me, but he's a lot older. So that's just a side note. Women, I need you to understand, when men come to Vegas, they want to hang out with a very beautiful girl for the very low. And that can't happen, right? So they're going to try every angle in which to kind of trap you in order to make you have to go meet up with them again for the low or cheap or free even, right? So him asking me all my information about my business, pretending as though he wants to invest or has investor friends, whatever, he thought that was going to kind of trap me into having to see him again for free, when how I make my money is that's how I make my money. If men want to see me, they got to pay, you know? And so he's the one that told me that if we do start this business, it'll take at least a year before we see any kind of revenue from it. I'm like, okay. And so I reiterated that to him. I said, like you said, if we do end up going forward with this business, like you said, it would be at least 6 months to a year till we start to see some revenue. And this is how I make my money, sweetheart. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a problem for you. Oh, I don't even remember what he said, but long story short, it didn't go through, right? No worries. So that was, I think that conversation was Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. We were supposed to see each other Thursday. Long story short, that didn't happen. And mind you, not been needing to go to work right now. Like I said, I have an injury. So I pretty much try to keep my levels calm because it's nerve damage and it's extremely painful. And you don't want to work overly over when you don't need to, you know. So I haven't been working right now because I don't need to, right? But obviously that would have been like cool if he was just a man that knows what's up about the world, then that would be cool, right? And mind you, this man had the kind of money he didn't need to worry about it. So yeah, I'm more upset that he said no than he is upset that I even charged, but whatever. So then the next day, mind you, like, things have been happening in my life. My life is a lot bigger than just that or this or whatever. Like, things have been happening around me that, oh my goodness, it's not been choice, right? So the next day, I believe it was Friday, I get into a huge fight with somebody that I love, and they said some of the most hurtful things I've ever said in my life. So I was fully prepared, right, to just go get in my bed and cry for the rest of the night because I didn't need to go anywhere. That's actually really embarrassing that I'm telling you that, because it's just like, bitch, tighten up. But no, I mean, honestly, like a bitch is going through a lot right now, and like people are very mean to me on top of it. So I was fully expected to just, you know what? It was going to be one of those nights. I was going to climb into my bed. There was other things I could have been doing, like going to the gym, working on shirts, doing like there's other things I could have been doing that was more productive, but I just gave myself the permission to just get in my bed and cry and watch some Bob's Burgers, and just that was my plan for the night, right? So I'm in my bed. I wasn't crying or anything, but I had on my Bob's Burgers. I'm like just chilling, trying to ignore the world, right? Out of nowhere, I get this text from this man from back in September. Okay, I don't even know how he remembers me, but I was like, wow, okay, out of nowhere, pops up his name and the amount that he spent, right, with me. I remembered him and didn't even need to say the amount because I literally remembered him. But this man, back then, he met me at my job. He was like, look, like he was tipping me very well, so I knew he knew what was up about money, but also he's a gambler. So those guys are it's a gamble. It's literally a gamble with those guys, if they're going to be cool or if they're not, right? So he was with his friend, and I think he had already given me like a few hundred. And he was like, look, do you ever just go out and go gamble with people? And I was like, yeah, for a certain amount, I definitely will go gamble, that's nothing. I let him know, I was like, I'm in my pajamas right now though, so you're basically gonna have me in my pajamas out there. He's like, oh, that's okay, no worries. So I was like, okay, for this much, I could leave. He was like, if I hand it to you now, I'm kind of worried you won't show up. I was like, I'll never do that. I would never do that. I would never do that. And so he trusted me. He gave me the money first. I was like, cool, I'll meet you there, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that night went cool. We even made some more money. He split it down the middle, just like he was I don't know, he was just a stand-up guy. Right? So I get a text from him out of nowhere. It was like 8 o'clock. He was like, hey, what's up? I'm in Vegas. I wanted to say hi. I was like, I'm looking at my phone because I was watching Bob's Burgers. I'm like, what? This is so random. I'm like, okay. And mind you, when men hit me up and they got a big number by their name, I know they're not bullshitting. So I'm like, hey, what's up? We have a short conversation. He was like, ends up telling me, I think you should ditch work tonight and just come gamble with me and my friend. I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you can cover my night. I told him the price, and he was like, okay, let me let you know. And I was like, no worries. I'm still in my bed by this time. He's a gambler. So I know that whatever price I told him, I knew he was going to try to make at the table right there. So that's why I told him that price. And it wasn't like something crazy that I knew he couldn't achieve. But probably like a half hour rolls by. I think I started curling my hair at this time because I just like having my hair curled anyways. So I did start curling my hair at this time, but I was still not getting my hopes up or anything. And I get this text, hey, I'm going to just send you some money just because, but I don't know, it's kind of moving slow over here, whatever. I'm like, okay, no worries. He sent me like 200. I was like, okay, because I really just planned on being in my bed all night crying, right? So I was like, sweet. And I was like, okay, no worries, but I'm still going to keep my hopes high. That's all I said to him. I'm still keeping my hopes high, right? Probably 10 minutes later, I get, hey, you should ditch work. Come see me at the Aria. I'm like, sweet, that's what's up. I was like, can you send me the rest? He goes, I'll send you this right now and then give you this. And that actually ended up being more than what I told him in the beginning. So I was like, oh, bet. Okay. I get there. First of all, I don't know what happened with it. They're in the high roller room, but I don't know what happened with his friend. Like, he ended up just wanting to ditch his friend and hang out with me the whole night, right? I was like, okay. Get some drinks, whatever. We're having fun. He shows me these, like, lounges that I never even seen before. I'm from Vegas. I never seen before, right? I start actually drinking. Look, when I'm having a good time, I'm actually having a good time with you, right? I think it was, like, 2 a.m. by this time. I was like, I really want some Herbs and Rye. Herbs and Rye is my favorite restaurant in Vegas. I was like, I really want some Herbs and Rye. And he was like, let's go. He like looks up at his phone. He's like, oh, it's already 2. I think they closed. I was like, oh, wait, I thought they closed at 3. And he looked and he was like, they're open. I'm like, yes. So we go. kind of like an adventure with me, just like on a night on the town, right? And it was honestly fun. And I just want to say, this is another reason why I don't care if you think you about to stop something for me, like that man who thought he was about to stop my business. You will never, you will never. Whatever is formed against me shall not prosper. Don't be against me. You want to be on my side. Bye.